I've been around a lot of practice greens on the tour. With that, I've seen a ton of specialist golf shots, and I've got to ask the best players in the world about how they do it. I'm quite proud of my bunker game. It's pretty good. I don't practice it very much. In this video today, we're going to talk about plug lies, a couple of different ways to get out of it, the uphill lie, probably my least favorite, what I do to get out of that, the short-sided, just trickle it onto the green. We're going to talk about that. Then I've got a slightly longer bunker shot I want to show you, a trick shot of the pros to improve your bunker play with a 7-iron that's going out there to kind of 50 yards. That one you got to stay for. And then the cheat stick. We've got the cheat stick and just started blasting 7-woods out the trap to see what the limit would be for me. These are just methods that I like. It's an area of my game I don't mess around with too much, and I don't practice too much, which sounds maybe a little full of myself, but I think when you've got a good area that you do well, you're best not to tinker too much. Have fun with it. I've always loved the traps. I think that's probably why I've had success in them. Enjoy this video. It's a good one. We're in the traps today. I love bunkers. Various methods out there as to how you can get out of a trap, but we're going to talk about the way in which I get out of bunkers and why I've had success doing it. Hopefully it'll help you in your game. So I grew up on very heavy beach sand, true links course, Royal Liverpool, right on the coast, held a major, and it's thick sand. So you've got to be, I think, as a result of that, quite steep into the golf ball, and you've got to have speed in the traps. You ain't got speed, you're going to be toast. Ball goes underneath left armpit, that's the low point. Weight on the left side, really get grounded so I can find the base of the bunker. Shaft lean, I'd have neutral. So neutral would be, if we're stood here, I don't lean the shaft way in front, I have it more neutral, and I'm comfortable with the blade pointing right at the target because my feet are pointing left. Do I hole as many bunker shots as I should? Probably not. The ball does come out maybe a little right, but right in a bunker is a soft flight, so I'm okay with it. From there, with the blade open, then I'll grip the golf club. So you can almost lay that thing, not on the golf course, but in a practice round, in the sand, blade open, aim left, weight left, get a picture for it, and you want that thud sound that you heard there. So you can see the stripe mark on the face moving from left to right. That's why I like high toes and I like full face grooves. Tommy Fleetwood, we covered that. But you want that explosive sound. Now, how far behind the golf ball do you hit it? And I did a content with Tommy Fleetwood, and he would talk about, for the long bunker shot, he had 1 golf ball behind, 1.5 golf balls behind. I think he even went to 2 golf balls behind. And then stuff I've been able to do with Jason Day, he would talk about getting super tight into the golf ball to create spin. For me, I tend not to worry too much about the spin. And believe it or not, when I was a kid, I got to see Sevi do a seminar, and he would talk about trying to run out the golf ball, not overly spin it. So I'm not trying to chunk and run it, but I'll keep the strike point probably an inch behind, roughly. So I'll focus my attention there. And then to change the yardage, I'm either going to swing harder or I'm going to put less face in there. So for this one, I'm just going to swing a bit harder, weight left side. And then I can get more distance and adjust accordingly. But I think the strike point was the same in the sand. So really that's how I change my yardages for my bunker shots. If we look at a longer golf shot, a longer bunker shot, I'll go to the one over the hill. I might play that probably with 56, but I've got 52 here. So for this, I then haven't got to change much. I can go weight on the left side, aim it up, and then just say 52. And then that blast out just carries the slopes, gives me that yardage. Now the sand's a little thick, a little heavy here, need a bit more yardage, less open face, bit more square for yardage. That's good. So then you lead into it a bit more to give you that yardage, and you play around with the loft all the while, head outside the hands and move left. Say I just want to float one out short of that flag, so I just got to get it on the green. I'll go lower in the handle, which I don't do much, and then I'll do really wide open, longer swing, and really, because it's so wide open, and I just want to get this out of the trap, then you can get that high, soft one. So that's open, low, And then that comes out super soft if you're on a down bank. So that's another useful one. Plug lies, we'll cover that in a minute. Right, so uphill lies, might go 56, weight leaning into the hill, try it with a 60, bit closer to the ball. And try and like, because it's into the slope, you've either got to hit it a bit harder or you've got to chunk it a bit. These are my least favorite ones. So a bit squarer with the blade. There you go. And try and pop it out with an abbreviated follow through to help you in that sense. Then plugged, another quick one we can give you. You've got a couple of different types of plugged, but if we just go one that's pressed down slightly versus, there you go. Your options on this are set up with the hosel like that, get close to it, swing feels this way. So on a normal bunker shot, I like the head to go out of the hands, then turn. But this one, on top of it, set up out the hosel, and I want to swing this way and then across my left foot. So it's here. And see how it comes out quite soft? There you go. So that's when it is so plugged that you've got to hit that hard. Then if we go plugged, you know, you've all seen the normal one with the face closed in. I won't show you that. Right, square, no follow through. There you go. But that runs. So 2 shots when it comes to plugs that I like. One is the super out the hosel, steep and left. And then one is the square, no follow through. And of course you can play a square to shot, grip it soft and just pop it. But that one will run. So easiest one, but it'll run. So back into those long bunker shots. Say we're going black flag. You can work on a technique here. I've actually got 7-iron. If you get low and work on the 7-iron getting out of here, then you can figure out the yardage you can get out the 7-iron and how hard you've got to hit it. But on the same note, there you go, that's for the long one. On the same note, what you can do, look at the side spin, you got to watch that. What you can also do though, is that helps you with the release and how the club should go through the sand. Now, because we're in the trap like this is a filthy way to think about long, as in I've got a 150-yard bunker shot. I don't know if I've shown you this before, Q, but if you take the loft and you stand on it, that's pretty much going to be your launch. So if we think that's the maximum I can launch this, so I'm thinking, how does that get over the lip? That'll work. Then for the longer one, if we just go at the street lamp, grip it down a bit, grip it tighter, because that shortens the low point. So grip it nice and tight. Don't get yourself in the sand too deep on these because you want to clip. So get yourself in the sand so you can feel the base, but don't go so low that you're below the bottom of the golf ball. Ball position, you can shift forward a bit, grip it tight, and then go. And then focal point, it's actually really good for practice, but focal point needs to be the top of the golf ball as well. Because if you look at the top of the golf ball, then you can easily pick it. So how do you get the pick? You look at the top. And both of those have come out. That one I would say was hit a little heavy, but there's no issue of hitting the lip. Grip it tight, grip it down. You can stand there all day with ease. The next one, show you the versatility of the 7-wood. You're like not sure if you can get this over that lip, but we'll give it a go. So the way to add height with the 7-wood, 7-wood will come out of this easy because of the sole, but the way to add height, forward in stance, hit the cut. You got to hit the cut and you got to let the head back up a bit. Squeeze it tight. But again, that's how I hit them. You know, if I had to hit 7-wood out here and just blitzer it out of this, I'm aiming left and I'm cutting it. Watch your start line. Let's see if we can put less cut on it, because they just feel like they're getting out so easy. Let's see if we can hit a straight one. Push the limits with how much cut you can put on it. I'd say that's about my limit. But I mean, that's advancing all the way to the back fence of the kingdom. 7-wood, if you've not seen an advert for a 7-wood cue, that is it. But have a bit of confidence, play around with the bounces. Don't be afraid to get used to the depth of the sand wherever you play. All these great techniques out there, but you've got to find what works for you. If you like the video, we've got more coming. Get in the comments below, tell us what you want to see. Got any questions, fire them in there. This will be a good place to show you what bouncers you should use on wedges. We can cover that in future videos, no worries. But subscribe and get those comments in there, and we'll give you some feedback.